my mother, when she found out about it, she told me I was an effing liar, and she dropped me off at Children's Services. I knew one number. I knew nothing else. I was 8 years old. And I called this one number, and it was my grandma. And by the grace of God, she came and got me. She left her job, and she was there. If it wasn't for her, they wanted to put me in foster care. She raised me. She did the best she could. She worked 80 hours, between 60 and 80 hours a week, managing 2 ponderosas. So I kind of had free reign because there was nobody there to watch me. I kind of had to watch myself, and I did whatever I wanted. I thought that was the best thing ever. And about the age of 10 or 11, I started dibbling and dabbling. It started out with marijuana and alcohol. It got so bad that I was taking alcohol to school, and that's the only way that I could get in through with my school day. I dropped out I got in the 9th grade. I did about 3 months. I was like, yeah, I just want to party. I don't care. And I dropped out. I got in a really, well, backtrack. At 13, I was heavily smoking pot, heavily drinking. I was probably a raging alcoholic, if you've ever met one. My aunt on my 13th birthday decided that she was going to show me how to smoke crack. And that is where all of my story begins. I started smoking crack. She just used me because I was money. Who knew? And I had a very bad drug addiction with the crack, and I got in this relationship with this guy. He was very abusive. If it wasn't for God, I would have never made it out. I got pregnant at 16, and all I could think is, I'm either gonna have this baby if this guy doesn't stay, because I just knew that as soon as I told him I was pregnant, he was gonna leave, and I was gonna be home free, and everything was gonna be great and steady state. And the abuse went on for 7 years. I've had guns in my mouth. I remember him pushing me down the stairs when I was pregnant. Black eyes, like the only thing I don't think I had was broken bones. One night, I had left him. Finally got the strength after 2 kids and him being in prison. I left him. I was like, if I don't get out now, I'm gonna die. Like, and that was I just remember thinking, like, if I don't get out now, I'm gonna die. And so I did. When he called on the phone, I was like, I'm done. I can't do this no more. He was 30 days of getting out, and I was like, I'm done. I can't do it. And when he came home, he stopped me. If I tried to get in another relationship, he broke down my doors, and he would hurt these guys. Like, he life flighted a guy because he was a friend. And he did this for many years. So I was pretty beaten. I was pretty broken. I did whatever. I was still into drugs. I was still partying. I did take care of my kids, thank God, but they weren't very important. Like, the most important thing to me was getting high and partying and just living my life. And this ex-husband of mine, he didn't stop messing with me until I got with this guy, and he's now my husband. For some reason, he's the only person. He never tried to fight, tried to hurt. I guess he finally got it that I was done. And in this new relationship, I was still getting high. He was doing multiple affairs. Like, we were just a hot mess. I've tried to run him over with a car. Like, we've really done some seriously crazy things, and he's still with me. Like, I got high all the times. I took his stuff, I broke his stuff, like, and he still stayed. And not until 2014, in January of 14, I just remember we were selling drugs, I was doing drugs, it was really bad. And finally, I just remember the night. We were sitting on our couch, and we got on our hands and knees and we just prayed. We're like, we don't want this life no more. Take us out of this life, give us something new. And lo and behold, the very next day, we went to a little city that we were going to sell drugs in, and we got locked up. That's how he took us out of it. It may not always be how you want it, but it always comes how it's needed. If it wasn't that day, it changed my entire life. I went to the county jail, was there for a while. I was sober. Finally, after so many years, I was sober. And I decided then, I was like, I'm done with this life. I don't want it no more. And I knew I was going to prison, so I was just like, I'm done. I am going to work on me because I knew I was really screwed up. So I was like, I'm gonna work on me and I'm gonna figure out what it is that I wanna do. And that's what I did. I went to prison and I worked every day on myself. I did everything that I needed to do to figure out who I was and what I was gonna do. And I did it. I left the prison in 2015, and the guard, I just remember him saying, I'm gonna leave the lights on for you. And this was 5 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that. But I told him, I said, you won't need to. And I just kept walking. And I've had numerous jobs. When I got out, I thought it was gonna be so easy. I'm like, I'm not in prison no more, it's fine, I'm gonna be good. And it wasn't always easy, but I've used this time and I'm now 5 years sober. I have a car, I own my own business. Like, guys, this is stuff that people like me don't get, or at least you think, but it's not the case. No matter where you're at in life, he can help you get where you need to be. And don't come just because you think you have to be perfect. You guys, I still cuss. I'm not gonna lie, like, I still cuss. I am a hot mess. You can ask anybody that knows me. I'm a hot mess all the time. But it doesn't matter. He doesn't take that from me. He meets us where we are, and he guides us to be the best that we can be. And that's what I do every day. I strive to be the better person. I strive to be the best person that I'm supposed to be.
Beautiful. Thank you.